Welcome to another session. In this session, we will explore the Fiori user settings. Okay, if we go back to our home page, let's discuss more settings. So we just completed App Finder. Let's have a look at settings now. If you open the settings menu, it opens the settings pop-up. Now in this pop-up you have all the different options available on the left hand side. The first option is nothing, it just shows you some basic details about yourself. The second option, which is appearance, it lets you change the theme and the appearance. So I am on SAP S/4HANA 2023, which is the latest version available. So I'm using the SAP Horizon theme. I have different themes available. For example, if I switch to SAP Quartz, you'll see the UI changed a bit, the colors changed a bit. So this was the theme which was available in older versions of Fiori. And if you are using S/4HANA, older version of S/4HANA, this is the theme you are most likely going to see. And we also have, if I go back to settings again, we also have other themes available. For example, we have the high contrast theme. Now if I save, you can see the theme has changed. So some people may find it helpful. Similarly, we have SAP Belize, which is again one of the older themes. So you can play around with this themes, but if we talk about the latest theme, so SAP Horizon is the latest theme which is available, and I am going to stick to this theme for this course. If we go to the next option, which is called spaces and pages, now this may or may not be available to you, again depending upon the admin, if they have allowed you access to this or not. So to understand this, we need to go a little bit into history. So when SAP launched S/4HANA and Fiori, the UI was a bit different. The tiles were divided into something called groups. But later, after 2021, SAP made a switch from groups to something called pages and spaces to further enhance the user experience. So this is nothing but an option to enable and disable spaces. So if I disable this, it will switch me to the older version which shows the groups. So we can try this. Let me disable this and save. Let's see what happens. Okay, it's loading. Okay, so you can see my UI has changed drastically, and I have all the tiles available into a single big group now, and you can see all the different options available on the top. We no longer have the spaces with the drop down and pages. So this is an alternative UI, but as this is old and SAP is moving away from it, we will not use it. So I'll just enable this again and enable the spaces again. This is how I prefer my system to be set up. Okay, moving on. User activities. So this is something again you can enable and disable. This controls the menu options that we covered, recent activity and the frequently used apps. If we move on, you can of course change your language from here, change the way dates are shown to you. For example, if you are in the US, you can change the date to MMDDYY if you prefer that. So this is the time and your time and date, time zone, and a decimal format setting, which is probably very important. So this is where you can change it. Now if we speak about default values, These are basically some values that you can save, and then these values will be automatically filled when you use any transaction or function. To explain this, let me cancel out of it. I will go to one of the apps to demonstrate this. So for example, we'll take the manage customer line item apps. I'll open this app. So once you open this app, you'll see we have a couple of options available here. So these options are nothing but sort of filters. If you want to see data, we'll just put the values here. Let's say I have a customer. So we have a customer, and then we have a company code. Let's say 1091. And I can just hit go to see the data. There's no data in this case because it's a demo system, but every time you open this transaction, if I go back and if I open the transaction, you have to fill in the details again. So let's say you work for just one company, and in most of the transaction that you open, you enter the same details again and again. So one way to save you time is to set defaults. And to set defaults, we'll go back to our settings again. We'll open the defaults, and here you have a lot of options for setting defaults, and they are separated in different sort of sections. For example, for finance, you have a couple of options. For financial supply and chain management, you have options. For and for even sales and billing, you have some options. So we'll go ahead and set up the company. So we'll just give 1091, and let's also set up customer. So go to the customer, and here we can just give, I'm just gonna give 11,000, and then I'm gonna save this. Now let's go back to home, and let's go to our app, accounts receivable, and this app. So next time, notice what happens when I open this app now. Now when I open this app now, you can see the values are pre-filled automatically. This is the magic of setting up default values. It saves you a lot of time. If you save the values in settings, these values will be automatically populated. So this is everything about default values. It's a very helpful feature, and you should always leverage this to save some time.